It's late at night, you're walking down a dark street, and someone is confronting you in a threatening way. You wonder to yourself, how am I able to control the situation and feel like I have power in it? Well, with being able to carry guns, you're able to do that. I've grown up my whole life being around guns, whether it's from hunting or being next to my parents or my brothers who conceal and carry. I've always learned to treat a gun safely and use it respectfully. And with the use of conceal and carry, anybody can do that, allowing themselves to feel safe at all times, no matter where they are. There are multiple ways that guns can be viewed as safe, but there's also multiple reasons why they could be unsafe, and I will go over that now. One of the main reasons why people believe in conceal and carry is that people feel it's a strong way to feel safe in reasons in situations that may typically make them feel unsafe. A peer-reviewed study published in Journal of Criminal Law and Criminology found that when someone draws a pistol or a concealed gun in self-defense, the criminal retreats 55.5% of the time. This can be very helpful in situations because it causes a person that is feeling threatened to be able to get back in control, as I stated earlier, and it allows the situation to be stopped before it happens. The number of permits issued is increasing every year, which means that more and more people are carrying guns and making themselves feel safer throughout their day. Over 1.7 million new permits were issued last year, a 15.4% increase over 2013, the largest single jump in a year, says a crime prevention research center. Knowing that another big reason that conceal and carry can be useful is that if a criminal knows that a society member is carrying a gun, they may feel less likely to want to pull out a means of a criminal act. Since 2007, the number of concealed carry handgun permits has soared from 4.6 million to over 12.8 million, and murder rates have fallen from 5.6 killings per 100,000 people to just about 4.2, and which is about a 25% drop, says the Criminal Prevention Center. After passing the concealed carry law, Florida's homicide rate fell from 36% above the national average to around 4%, which is way below the national average. Since 2007, the number of permits among men has grown by 156%, and it has grown by 270% since 2007 for women, which shows that both sides or genders feel as though carrying guns is the right thing to do. However, with these good that come with guns, there is also negative things towards them. Poor weapon training can be one of these reasons. A firearms instructor in Kentucky stated it takes 2,500 repetitions to pick up and use a pistol correctly. However, a lot of his students couldn't hit the broadside of a barn while teaching the class. 24 states do not require proof of live fire training, causing that to allow the people that carry guns to not have to carry on with their training, which means that in a real situation they could not be very helpful and even cause serious damage to others due to their lack of training. Another big reason that guns are important is because guns could be seen as bad is in cases of police officers dealing with a person that has a concealed carry license, and it becomes confusing as to if the police officer feels safe in the situation or not. As seen in just two examples I will bring up is Philando Castile and a Cleveland man, both shot by police. Philando Castile was being pulled over with his wife and kid in the car, and he had told the police officer that he had a conceal and carry permit. However, when he reached back to get his wallet, the police officer reacted in a scared the matter and shot him because he thought he was reaching for his gun. And a Cleveland man that was being arrested claimed that he had a gun on him, and while he had his hands above his head, started pulling one of his hands down and was shot by a police officer who said that he felt threatened by his motions. Although both these men had clearly stated that they had a conceal and carry permit, it can still be seen that police officers still can be confused and act in a bad way if they feel threatened by the movements that are made, which can go back to the lack of training that conceal and carry permit holders have. Through these reasons of good and bad, you can see that conceal and carry has its upsides and its negative sides. Although it is hard for the nation to come together as one to decide who should and should not be able to have a gun is very hard to say. I think it is clear that guns can be useful, just we need to make sure that we are regulating and making sure who has the guns right. Because as one Nevada, California resident went to buy a gun at a store, he failed the background test because he had a felony and he was not allowed to carry a gun. So he crossed the border into Nevada and bought a gun from an independent person illegally. This can be seen as ways that there are loopholes, which is another reason why we need to strengthen our laws to stop things like this, which could lead to safer training and safer people having guns. And as long as we can do all this, I believe that conceal and carry will bring us to where we need to be in order to stop crime and make people feel safer about where they are and when they are carrying out actions that could put them in very unsafe positions. Thank you.